Hello and welcome to the Franchise Marketing Show. The video or the podcast you're about to watch or listen to was recorded at the British and International Franchise Exhibition at Olympia. It was a very busy event, so there was a little bit of background noise, so it wasn't filmed in a recording studio or anything like that, but it is a really interesting conversation. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello and welcome to the Franchise Marketing Show. We're here at the British and International Franchise Exhibition at Olympia. I'm Paul Clegg and I'm here with Gemma.
Hi, I am Gemma, the Franchise Relationship Manager at Tezlom, and nice to see you.
Excellent. So we've had one day already. How has the exhibition been for you?
It's been fantastic. The conversations we had yesterday, there wasn't as much as quantity, it's the quality, and that's what we want, and we tend to find that with all the exhibitions that we do. Yesterday was great because the territories we were talking about were the ones that were available, so again,
oh, that's good
great
news, isn't it?
Yeah,
bring that on.
It's a big tick, so yeah, it's been great so far, to be honest.
That's brilliant. And obviously it's not the first time that you've exhibited with this kind of exhibitions. What is it that keeps bringing you back?
Again, it's quality, the people, the BFA as well, knowing that we're part of the BFA, you know that you're going to have the right people around you, and it's always nice to see the same faces, but this seems to bring new people in the door each time, so each year you do see similar people are still making that decision, but there's always a new fresh face to see, and it's the quality of people that are coming to see us. They are here to see franchisors even, so yeah, that's one of the reasons, and it's just really well organised.
They do seem to be coming to see people and more educated about franchising and your brands as well. Are you finding that?
Yeah, I feel that the way, like I said, it's really well organised. I think because the way it's marketed before the actual exhibition, people have chance to look at what they want and have a look at us and look at exactly what sector or what franchise they're after. That's the beauty and why we believe these shows to be really good. It's the marketing side of it.
Brilliant. And knowing you guys, you like talking people face to face, and here you get that opportunity.
We don't like to talk, Paul. What are you on about? We don't talk. I certainly don't.
So what do you find is different? I mean, obviously not having to do it online and meeting people here.
Well, we award most of our franchises from shows. We meet most of our new franchisees here at exhibitions just like this. It's the one-to-one. It's the first touch point for us, and part of our awarding process, our journey is all about one-to-one and face-to-face. We will do the odd Zoom call, but the next point from that is to actually go and visit our potential next franchisee in their hometown, go to see them, take them out for dinner, and then invite them to us for Discovery Day. So all of our process, all of our journey is one-to-one, face-to-face, and that's why we love coming here, because that's that first touch point. It's invaluable to us. Everything is.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And Ryan was on a panel as well, wasn't he? How did you find that? What's that do for you?
Well, I wasn't able to go and watch him because someone's got to man the stand, haven't they? But he actually spoke 3 times yesterday. I find that great because the topic that he talks about on his own is about brand. And if anyone knows anything about Tezlom, brand is the heart of our business. And it's not just what we look, it's our culture, it's who we are. It's very, very important to us, and we consider our brand when we're awarding franchises as well. It's not just a case of somebody can rock up and be like, here's £50,000, I'm going to buy a franchise. We need to fit and suit each other. And when I say brand, there's so much more to it, and this we haven't got time for, but you need to listen to Ryan talk. He will go into detail about it.
Just picking up on your culture, because I know you guys are passionate about what you do. What is it that makes you different and gives you that drive?
What makes us different? How long have you got? But I say that and then it's really difficult to answer. I think it's because we humanise everything. We're not corporate. We used to be before I joined a long time ago, and we rebranded, and I think it's because you get what you see with us. Everything we do, whether it's online, when you meet us, what we put out there with our own language through our social media, when you meet us, the way we talk to you when we meet you at the stand, what makes us different is because we're ourselves and we are passionate about what we do. And I think that's one thing when you said the word passion, it makes me sit up straight because I can relate to it, because everybody that works for Tezlom, they all follow that same belief. And yeah, you can see how I'm smiling. It's
I can tell you love it.
It makes us different just because we're real.
No, I do like that.
And we'll tell you what we think as well, good or bad. I think you know that as well.
Yeah, I do know that, very scary. But let's just talk about you for a minute before we come back to, obviously, Tezlom from that side. So how did you find franchising?
How did I find it?
Yes.
I found Tezlom first. So
Okay.
I actually came from an industry where I worked for a payroll company, completely different field, but I used to work with recruitment companies. They were my clients. And I found Ryan on LinkedIn. I thought the business was down the road from me, and I thought that's not good on my part for business development, not being to see them. But I'd seen him on social media for something previous in my personal life. Realised I had a recruitment business. Rang him, went to see him. Within 20 minutes, I was like, what do you guys do? You don't need my product. And they actually didn't. Sorry, previous boss, they actually didn't need it. I just said, I want to come and work for you guys. Just the feel as soon as I got into the business. I was like, what do you do? How can I help? How can I see the business? Then carried on talking, met with Roz and Ryan again, kept coming back to the business. And then once I'd learned what Tezlom do, I got introduced to the franchising side of it and just fell in love with it. It's a completely different culture. And even though everyone does different things, they're in different brands, they're different businesses, especially with the BFA, like certain things like the power hours that they do, that first opened my eyes actually, because I didn't realise how much people could help each other. They'd tell you what worked for them, what didn't, steer you down different avenues that you'd not even think about. And franchising, yeah, I'm doing that smiling thing again. I think it's all fluffy and lovely, don't I? Just everybody in it, they just work different.
It is good, and as you know, we love franchising at Coconut, and we love being a part of it as well, and obviously the amazing things it can do for people's futures. As you've sort of grown into Tezlom and franchising, what's the amazing impact that's sort of having on your prospects as they join you?
Well, just to go, before I answer that, just when you were saying then about finding franchising, for me, I feel like franchising, it's still hidden away, like it's a dark secret. I feel like it should be spoken about at school a lot more. If I'd have known about this at school, and this leads into your question, the prospects that it has for people, it rocket launches you into business. You're not on your own. You've got people, it's a proven model, we hope. It is, I'm joking. But it's a proven model, so you're going into something that's already tried and tested, so it's not a huge risk financially. You've got people that can support you, guide you, who have done it before, but you can go on the journey with other people as well. So the prospect, the beauty for other people and new prospects, again, you're not on your own, and why not? The risk is not quite the same. As long as you're passionate, that's the one thing I'll say is, to anyone who's looking for a franchise or any business, make sure it's something that you believe in, because it's not going to be easy every day, is it?
No.
There are going to be days where you think, no one's going to answer the phone today, but you've still got to feel that I'm going to get out and do this for me. And if it's something you don't enjoy, you need to go and find out what that is. It needs to be passion driven. It has to be. It can't be a financial decision. In my opinion.
The finances will come into it, obviously, from that side, but you've got to be able to enjoy and see a future in it. And I think that's why coming to exhibitions such as this, where you can have a little look around, searching the BFA website as well, just trying to find and doing your research is really key to doing that.
And you get to listen to people on stage who advise you, who are franchisors, even if they're not in the same sector that you're looking at. Business models aren't that different from each other. It's the experiences that are the same. So it's great to listen to people who you can look up to and think, do you know what? That's triggered something which I want to do in the future, and just listen and learn from them. That's why I'd say come to shows like this, exhibitions like this, and listen to your peers, learn and go on journeys with people. It's great. I love it.
It is a people sector in industry from that side as people go on that journey and look at new futures for themselves. And there's a lot of, obviously, trust they put in franchisors as they do that journey. So what is it unique about Tezlom that makes you stand out in your sector, which is obviously quite a busy sector?
So different about our sector is it's the way we treat people within our business, because we're providing a service for the care community. We make sure that the people that we place into their job, they're the kind of person that you'd want to be looking after your grandmother. So just if anybody doesn't realise, Tezlom, we're a healthcare recruitment business. We provide staff to the private healthcare sector, into nursing homes, mental health hospitals, that kind of sectors. And you've got to carry a lot of empathy. You need to enjoy and love your job. But what makes us different, it is genuinely and honestly about how you treat people. It's all about how to protect our brand. Like I said, if you're not thinking about who you're placing into care homes, your reputation's not great. But it's also, again, like I keep referring back to, you'd want that person to be looking after your grandmother. Can you see that person looking after your sick child? That is always at the front of our mind when we're recruiting, when we're hiring, when we're even recruiting franchisees. They need to have the same ethos as us. and we carry our own in-company brand pillars, and that's carried throughout the business from the owners, the employees, the franchisees, to their recruited staff. It's a message that we carry from the top to the bottom.
Are there any typical franchisees?
Family.
Family.
Yeah, we've noticed that most of our franchisees are family.
Right.
And when I say family, I don't just mean like mother and daughter, it's friends as well, which is an extension of your family. You tend to find that within our Tezlom hub, everyone is a family. And that comes from the top as well, because it's Ryan and Roz, it's a family-run business. And that's not done on purpose, by the way, it's just kind of the way it's happened. And people who have joined with us as well, who have been awarded the franchises, not everyone's come from a healthcare background. So we have 5 nurses who currently have Tezlom franchises. And what I was going to say is, not everybody has to come from the healthcare background. We have people who are taxi drivers, we've got a chef, we have people who are engineers. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are wanting to look into a Tezlom franchise, we teach you everything that you need to know anyway. Obviously it helps if you come with a little bit of knowledge, but you don't have to at all. That's something we would guide you and hold your hand with along the way anyway.
If you were talking to somebody now, what would be sort of the main piece of advice you'd give to a prospect who's doing some research to join the franchise sector?
I'd say walk around, view from far at first, look at how they talk. Can you relate to the way their language is, how they're describing their business? It's not always about the financials. Find out what drives them, what their motivation is, what their A to Z is as well. Find out why they're doing their business, why do they work for that company. So come and speak to myself as well, not just the franchisor, the owner of the business. Find out why their staff are driven, and then ask yourself, what gets you out of bed in the morning? Like I was saying, if you're not if you're not a foodie, why would you go and buy a food franchise? It's not going to drive you. If you care about people, why would you go and get a business that's so far? That doesn't make sense. But to me, it makes no sense to go and get a business that's far away from what actually drives you. It might excite you for a moment, but think about it every day. You're going to have to get up, work for yourself. Is it going to drive you enough? So you need to look a little bit deeper and be very honest with yourself.
Yeah, doing that research is essential.
Yeah. It's you need to do a lot of self-exploration to work out what your strengths and weaknesses are as well. And when I say that, you're not going to be great at everything. Remember, you can bring people into your business who are better at you, at what you do. Ryan and I talk about this all the time, because just to diverse, we talk about leadership quite a lot. And I said to Ryan, sometimes it must be really hard to hire somebody and to be aware that you need to bring someone into your business who is better at you than something. Yes. I'd like to think that's why I was hired. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
No, I'm just kidding. You don't need to put that in.
That's brilliant. And,
yeah.
and when you look at what you do and how inclusive and engaging the sector is, what is it that you enjoy most about it?
People. Talking.
Yeah.
Taking people on a journey. So when I meet people from day one here, for example, it's the next step. It can go quite quickly. It's a long journey, purchasing and awarding and learning everything that you need to know. But it's just meeting people from this point and going on that journey where they think they've never run a business before. It's quite scary for them. But then to see them get into business, for me, because I do all the onboarding at head office. So I get to meet them from day one, and I stay with them to the very, there is no end at the moment. People have constantly renewed their contracts with us, which is great. So I haven't got to the Z yet with anybody. But it's the journey, and it's people, and every day is different, because everybody's different. The variety is just, it's at the heart for me.
Yeah, I can tell, obviously, the excitement and enthusiasm.
Smiling again.
No, it's amazing.
Told you I can talk, Paul. There was me thinking I'll have nothing to say.
No, it is brilliant. And obviously, you look forward, there must be an exciting future that you see for yourself and Tezlom with the way everything's moving.
Yeah, I do. And we've carved the UK up to 40 franchises. We've got 21 awarded already. So I'm aware that we're going to run out of of locations to sell, but after that point I'll be able to focus on the network together and help them grow all together. So I feel like my role's going to constantly evolve anyway.
Yes.
Isn't it, Ryan? But no, it's exciting, like I said, and there's constant change, isn't there? So
it is.
There'll always be a place.
Brilliant. So really thank you for joining me and having a chat today.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure talking with you and finding out about those passions, which are really obviously key to what Tezlom does at the heart of what you guys do. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.